All right, I'm here with problems number 2, 3, and 4 from your Chapter 6 self-test. Number 2 here says that it's asking if the points 8, 2, 8, negative 16, and 12, negative 1 are on the same line, and we have to justify why or why not. Well, if these 3 points are all on the same line, then the slope between any pair will be the same as the other pairs. So we'll compare these two up. We compare the second two, or the second and the third, or the first and the third. So we're going to find the slope between each pair of points, and they should all be the same. And then if they're not the same, then they're not on the same line. So the first couple pairs I'm going to pick are the first two. I'm picking 8, 2 and 18, negative 6. And if I find the slope between these 2 points, I get this right here. I do 2 minus negative 6, take the difference of the y values, 2 minus negative 6, and then 8 minus 18, the difference of the x values, and I get 2 minus negative 6 is a positive 8. 8 minus 18 is negative 10. And 8 over negative 10 can be reduced to negative 4 over 5. I don't have to reduce that, but I am just to make that simpler. So the slope between these 2 points is negative 4/5. So if I find the slope between any other pair of points, it should also be negative 4/5. So if I find the slope between another pair of points, let's pick the first point and the last point, 8, 2, and 12, negative 1, I do 2 minus negative 1 over 8 minus 12, which is this calculation here. 2 minus negative 1 is a positive 3. 8 minus 12 is a negative 4. 3 over negative 4 is equal to negative 3/4. And at this point I can stop, because if the slope between these 2 points is not the same as the other 2 points, the first and the third, then these points cannot be on the same line. So I would normally find the slope between the second and the third, but that's not necessary because they are not on the same line, because the slopes are different. So no, they are not on the same line because the slopes are not the same. Number 3, we want to find an equation of the line with slope 8/9 and a y-intercept of 12. I'm just going to write this in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and our y-intercept is negative 12. So I'm going to plug in 8/9 in for m and negative 12 in for b, and our equation is as simple as this. Y equals 8/9 x minus 12, because 8/9 is the slope and negative 12 is the y-intercept. Number 4, we have the temperature, which is 58 degrees, and it's raising 3 degrees every hour until 4. We're going to write an equation in slope-intercept form for the temperature T after h hours. So what we have here is we have a slope-intercept form, and I'm going to plug in these values. 3 for the slope, because that is the change, because it's rising 3 degrees each hour. And our y-intercept, b, is 58, because it started at 58 degrees. And notice I changed the y to a t and the x to an h, because instead of using y and x, they want us to use h and t. And we're going to take 3 degrees and multiply that by how many hours have gone by, which is the 3h. So if it's been 7 hours, we'll take 7 times 3, 7 hours later. That's how many degrees it has raised, and then we'll add that to 58, because 58 degrees was the initial temperature. So our formula will be, our equation will be T equals 3h plus 58.